Well, good morning. Holy cow. That Beam Dream drink that I had last night knocked me on my tushy. I was up twice during the night to go to the restroom. But it's 10:30. When I wake up, I look, it can't be. It is. It's 10:30, so the watch says I got 8 hours of sleep. Sorry, it's upside down, but that's what it says on my wrist. There you go, upside down. I'm a believer. I will continue to drink this from the Keto, Perfect Keto. It's good. It doesn't put me to sleep. That's why, hence, I decided to buy this Beam Dream. I'm a believer. I don't get paid by them. I'm not sponsored by them. If you want to know people that have also tried it, go onto their website. I purchased it because I got a deal. I heard about it through two people. Dan Bongino talked about Beam Dream, and Jen Todrick talked about the Beam Glow, which is what I'm drinking this morning. Now there's 3 flavors. This one, of course, is the raspberry. I'm drinking that today. There is blue raspberry flavor, like those blue slushies, and similar to the salty that's out right now, the blue slushy flavor, salty, that's out. Except this does have blue, and it's natural, of a natural blue product. And the strawberry kiwi. So again, I'm drinking this. It's called Woman's Superpower. Everything is so tiny in print. Thank goodness there's a couple of large prints here. A daily superpower for women formulated with natural hormone balancing ingredients to support inner wellness and an outer glow. And then there's a whole bunch of small print, and I will probably do a screen capture for you. 10 calories, total carbohydrate, 1 gram of total carbohydrate. So this is what I'll take when I take my Tylenol, and I'll drink it with the rest with my breakfast. So here goes. It mixes very well. This is the raspberry flavor. I'm going to go for a walk, brush the hair, brush the teeth. Dog is in her box. I'll tell you, this dog just loves. We're not proponents of the crate for dogs by any stretch of the imagination. We're not at all. But we got this crate with the dog, and she loves it. Loves this. So here's the Beam Dream. I don't know. I think that's 6 ounces right there. I'm going to put ice in with it, and it'll melt. Put in a little more water, but it's already dissolved now. Already dissolved. Ice goes in. Sorry. Another stir. And well watered because I'm sassy like that. I don't need any fancy foo-foo water. The only fancy foo-foo water we need is for Jack's breathing machine. So, there we go. It is completely dissolved. And the first sip of the morning before the first walk of the morning. Oh, it's so good. It really does taste like you picked a raspberry off of a bush. It's got that tartness to it. And because my palate has changed and I can taste more sweeter things, in my opinion, this tastes less sweet than the Beam Dream. Oh, I gotta tell you this because I think I screwed up yesterday. Yep, the total carbohydrate for the Beam Dream was 4 with 1 gram of the dietary fiber. So that was that. It's great. This is, Jack's behind me. This is what I will be drinking with the breakfast and the Tylenol. Now it's time to go for a walk. Ladybug, let's go. Goes walkie walkie, there she comes, and there she goes. It's still cold and gloomy out here. I didn't ask our friend Alexa what the temperature was, but there's the skies. Not a beam of ray of sun in sight. Here's the forest. And here's the German Shepherd. Ta-da! Gonna do about 3 more laps with the old walker. Here goes. Okay, I'm done with my laps. I'll tell you, these things, I don't know where Jack got them from. I don't know, and I asked him because I said, well, maybe I'll look for them and I'll pin them into the comments, but the hummingbirds, maybe we'll be lucky and get one today. They love this. Love it. If you haven't seen from my first earlier, I want to say 3 videos ago, I'll show you right now. I hope I don't get too close and get it distorted. There we go. Let me turn the camera around. Sorry, guys and gals. That's what she looks like from the top side. And I'll spit it around and do a shot from down below, if that's visible. Not sure. So that's what it looks like. Now back to me. Let me make myself bigger. There we go. Done with the laps. There's the other hummingbird feeder right behind. Done with the laps. Now it's time to go in and make the surprise. He doesn't know. It is the 2 Krazy Ketos finger stick French toast. I made Jack French toast yesterday using, of course, his Texas toast, the traditional way of French toast. But I'm going to feed him the 2 Krazy Ketos version. You're not going to see the recipe. I'll pin the recipe down below for their recipe. It smelled so good. It took everything in me to hold back and not have a nibble. I wanted to take a bite yesterday, but I said, no, refrigerate it. We'll make it into sticks, fry it in butter, and serve it to him. Let's see if he notices. You guys know I like to be sneaky. I'm not a mean wife. I'm really not. You just gotta try. He needs the protein. He doesn't need the sugar. Let's go back. Whoops-a-daisy, sorry. Let's go back inside and start cooking. And here we go. This is Jack's breakfast. I'll be getting mine ready. But again, cripple cook here. Gotta do with what you gotta do. 3 pieces Patrick Cudahy bacon from the homeland. That's right, Cudahy. And French toast sticks. So this is what's for breakfast this morning. Maybe it's brunch. Yep, it's 11 right now. This is what we're having for brunch. I forgot to add butter, so if we're walking this way, I already gave Jack his milk. He grabbed it before I started cooking in the big keto chow container. So let me get past the dog and feed this to Jack. Ladybug, you want some of that? I think it's Ladybug approved too. Yeah, I can't juggle milk, plate, dog, walk, camera. It ain't happening. So this is what my breakfast looks like, and as you can tell, it's a wee bit different than Jack's. Mine looks very craggly. I took the ends, the more unsightly ones, because as we all know, you eat with your eyes first. And from my catering days, I would never present a client or a customer with ugly looking French toast. Never, never. But I would eat it, and I would eat it again tomorrow. So this is what I'm having. There we go. We're going to be putting the maple syrup on. Jack's is different than my maple syrup. I like Lakanto, and he likes Mrs. Butterworth. That's Jack's preferred. And I don't dip. I pour on to the French toast, fingers. It seems like an awful lot to me. Usually I don't like a lot of syrup. I just like it in as a back note to it. Fork and knife because it's light, even though I'm by myself. Okay, new creation, first bite. Let's check it out. I was concerned that it may be tasting salty because of the amount of salt is in here, but it just brings out the flavor. It brings out the maple extract that I used as opposed to vanilla extract because it's French toast sticks. Easy to cut. The inside is beautiful. Too big a bite for camera. This is very good. The protein that's in here is good, suitable for all bodies, young and old. And it's so buttery. Well, I used a stick of butter, so it should be buttery. But as they say, butter makes everything better. I think that's why it fried up so nicely in the frying pan the day after it's set up nice in the refrigerator. It tastes phenomenal. You gotta make it. I'm going to include the recipe down below in the description. Try it. You'll like it. You will. Wow. There is no way that I could have eaten the amount of French toast sticks that I put on the plate that I first showed you when I first sat down. Let's be real. If you fill up with protein first in your diet, there's no room for junk. And right here, this is a fact. The only regret that I have is that I syruped my entire plate, but that's okay because it'll just soak in, and when I reheat it tomorrow or the next day, it will still taste as good. But high protein, French toast sticks fill you up. Definitely a 9x9 pan is what I made it in, and a quarter of the pan is a serving. I cannot eat half of the pan, and I'm a girl that can eat. So Jack had a quarter of the pan, and I had a quarter of the pan. So I will calculate the macros and include that in the chronometer slide later in this video. And this is what a 64-year-old 22-day post-op left hip surgery eats during the day. Right here we have protein French toast sticks, pork belly, and black coffee. This is what's for breakfast. Well, it's Thursday afternoon, and as promised, I am making a recipe that is not a recipe. What? What are you talking about, Jerry? It's really so simple. It's something that you create based on what you like, your wants, your needs. For example, I make my own arrabbiata sauce, which all it is, let's go a little close up here. All it is crushed tomatoes, extra virgin olive oil, oregano, garlic, red pepper, salt. I don't use any sugar because I make this recipe my own. Parmesan cheese, because that's what I have in the house right now. This pepperoni, because I'm going to make myself a pizza bowl in addition to the individual lasagnas for Jack and myself. Mozzarella cheese, because yeah, you gotta have cheese, more cheese, as much cheese as you want. I choose the full fat from Sam's Club. It's already cut up for me. I had this in my freezer, had it since before the surgery, and any type of Italian sausage. This I just so happen to make from scratch out of pork sausage, and I put in my own spices. So here goes. We'll do it very simple. In one of these bowls, I'm going to put the cheese down. Mozzarella, Parmesan, the shaved kind, a scoop or two of meat. This would be Jack's because he likes a little bit of meat. He really doesn't care for a lot of meat in his lasagna. If you want to, you can put egg life wraps in there. If you want to, you can put a Chris Cooking Nashville noodle recipe in between. I choose not to, but that's just me. Now I take some more of the arrabbiata sauce. Get this out of the way. A little more of the sauce here. Put it on top. Little dribs and drips and drops on top of the lasagna. And then continue on with more cheese, more cheese. Jack's a high cheese person. Loves the cheese. Pepperoni, not so much. And this, and then I'm going to continue on and finish his until his is. I got these silicone individual serving sizes from QVC years ago. Little boats, if you will. I'm going to move along and make this is going to be mine, and I'll probably have this for one meal, if it's a one meal a day, or if I'm super hungry, it'll be after, say, a light breakfast. But here goes. Pizza in a bowl. Everything that you like on a pizza. I like cheese. I like Parmesan. I probably like a little more Parmesan in there. And then I put down because I like pepperoni. And doing it one-handed just is not right, is it, folks? It's just not. I put a layer of pepperoni on here. Now, I have gone so far as when I do make this, previously made this before, I've gotten rid of some of the grease by pre-cooking this, pre-crisping it up, if you will, to make a layer. But in this case, I'm not going to do it. Some more sauce. More meat. This is my bowl. I'll probably make Jack a burger or a grilled cheese or something when I eat this monstrosity. This is so good. And it's all the fillings that you like on your pizza. That's why I said it's really not a recipe. When you go and order your pizza or make your lasagna, you make it with your own ingredients. The same as with this. Make it your own. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. So after I'm all done, I'll show you what they look like. So as you can see, for all intents and purposes, this assembly line is over. This would be Jack's less meat, more cheese. Mine, extra sauce, extra meat, because I do the protein heavy duty. I did not put pepperoni in my lasagna bowls. Jack's not a pepperoni kind of guy. This is my lasagna bowl. And my lasagna bowl is not topped with any arrabbiata sauce. Whatever is left is left. If I'd have to guess, I'd probably say that's about a 12-ounce container for all of this. So, and then there's extra cheese that after I'm done with mine, heating it completely, I'm going to have a considerable amount of fat on mine. Whoops, sorry about that. I got it a little close. I'm going to have a considerable amount of cheese, to which, when it's baked, I take the paper towels and I put the paper towels in here to absorb all the grease. I absorb it. And then I toss it. Then and only then will I put the rest of the cheese on there on the pizza bowl. That's it. This is 2 meals, very filling. 1 person lasagna, low carb lasagna, heavy cheese, 1 person high protein lasagna, and mine a super duper bowl, pizza bowl, if you will. High fat, high protein pizza bowl. This is what we'll be having